What's going on, everybody? BDJGaming here. Going to be doing the Minnesota Twins in this franchise episode. Our final team in the AL Central. Then we're off to the AL West, and then we wrap up the franchise series. We had very good success in the AL Central. Every team's made the playoffs, or at least the wild card, and we not won a World Series with any of the teams. But this has probably been my most successful division so far. So let's take a look at the Minnesota Twins roster. You got Pablo Lopez, who they got for Luis Ariz a few years ago. Got him signed until 2028. He's going to be our ace. He's been really good. He really wanted my Cardinals to get Pablo Lopez, and he did not end up getting him. But he's been very good for the Twins. You got Joe Ryan, 27. Got him for the rest of the franchise as well. So we got two key guys in our rotation signed throughout this whole three-season span. Bailey Ober, a potential, really been good when he's been healthy. Got him signed as well. So we got three key parts of our rotation pretty much locked in. So that's really good and takes a lot of pressure off us. Anthony DeSclafani, really been up and down throughout his major league career. He's had seasons where he's been really good, and he's been, had seasons where he's been hurt, or he just has it. It seems like when he's been healthy for the most part, though, he's been very good. ERA around 3 and 4. So he hopefully will give us some solid innings. He is a free agent after the year. Maybe we look to move him if he's having a bad year. He's due $12 million this year. Chris Paddock, who's just not been able to stay healthy the last 2 years, was really good for the Padres when he debuted. Just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So the rotation, for the most part, is a big strength for this team, especially with Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez, both not even 30 yet and locked in long term. And you got Jordan Balazovic. My bad, Twins, if I'm mispronouncing that. One of our top pitching prospects. Remember a few years ago, he was like a potential, and he was like already a 70 at like 20 or something. And hopefully he's a big part of our at least long relief core, maybe even breaks the rotation. Other than that, though, not really a lot of big pitching prospects on this Twins roster. You look at the bullpen, Griffin Jackson, their top relief pitcher, has been very good the last 2 seasons. You got Justin Topa, who was good last year as well. Caleb Dybar. I'm gonna say it's I'm botching this so bad. I'll just say Caleb. He's been with the Twins. It's crazy. He's been with the Twins since 2013. Obviously, he missed like 5 years. And he's in the minor league and stuff, but he's 37. Gonna drop off a lot in overall. Just free agent after the year, so probably won't bring him back. But big part of our relief core this year. Josh Stamont, not been too good the last 2 seasons. We had a good year with the Royals in 2021 and 2020, so hopefully he gets back to that. You got Jorge Alcala, who they're very high on, definitely electric stuff. And other than that, really not much to work with. Still a better bullpen than most teams I've had. So it's something to work with. Joan Duran, going to be a electric, if not already an electric closer at 27 saves last year. He'll definitely be our closer. And you also have Giovanni Morgan, who is the backup closer. Could move him to the bullpen as well, like as a setup or maybe just a middle relief guy. Catcher, you got Ryan Jeffers, who's really good defensively. Not really good defensively, but solid defensively. Has some pop as well, so a catcher that can hit you some homers. Only 26 as well. Got him signed all 3 seasons. And you got Christian Vasquez, the veteran. Hasn't really worked out, but never really been much of a bat besides 2019. Not really any like top catching prospect. Not that we need him, but backup catcher will probably have to be something we look at. Probably look to get off of Christian Vasquez's contract. First base, you got Carlos Santana, vet, 38, going to drop a lot in overall. Kyle Farmer is his backup. So first base is definitely going to be something we need to look to improve. You got Edward Julian, who they're very high on as well. Been up and down. Had a really solid year last year for his rookie year. 16 home runs, 37 runs driven in, so got some pop. He'll be our second base. Got the veteran Tony Kemp, former Oriole, Oakland A, Astro, Cub. He's been a lot of teams. Third base, Royce Lewis is going to be an absolute star as long as he can stay healthy. Hopefully he has a big year for us to play all over the diamond. Shortstop, you got Carlos Correa, who's still a weird case because he's supposed to leave, go to the Giants, go to the Mets, failed his physical. Now he's back on a long-term deal. Maybe we look to move Correa if we can get a good offer for him, open up some cap space. You got Willie Castro, really good utility guy off the bench. Brooks Lee, who's a potential shortstop, 23 years old. Matt Wallner in left field, along with Trevor Larnach. Center field, we got Byron Buxton. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Electric center fielder. And then right field, you got Max Kepler, who's a free agent after the year. And you have Walker Jenkins, who's a potential 19 years old. So we got some stuff to work with this Twins team. Some good prospects. The lineup isn't gonna, blow you away, but it's a solid lineup. Like, could it use some improvement? Yes, but I think it's good enough for at least a wild card or maybe even a divisional win. We'll have to see. So I'm gonna get to work, get all this team. I know a lot of guys are hurt, so I have to get them on the 40 man and designate some guys for assignment. I'll do all that off the video, and we'll get started. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. So we're having an okay season, not really going as we expected. But we did sign Brandon Belt, who was a free agent, really having a solid year. 11 home runs at 271, slugging solid, getting on base. But, we're not really sure if we're going to make the playoffs. We're kind of in buy or seller mode. And we need a backup catcher. And the Brewers are offering us Jefferson Cuero, who's only 21, to be our backup catcher to Jeffers. Really think this benefits us in the long term. So we might still have a shot as a wild card, but the division's not looking good. We're 8 or 9 games back. We're a week away from the trade deadline. The Orioles are offering us Cino Perez, who's having an okay season. Really helps out our relief core a little bit. But they want Carlos Correa. Now, I know you guys are thinking you're going to trade Carlos Correa for Perez. But if we get rid of Correa's contract, we open up a lot of money. We can go improve other parts of our team in the offseason, try to get better. He's owed $33 million per year. It's not like he's having a horrible season by any means. I mean, 13 home runs, hitting 265. But like, we get off his contract. And I feel like for the next 2 seasons, we could really use that money to upgrade maybe the bullpen or maybe get another shortstop or get some better power or just anything in our team. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this trade. From the Tigers, a team that's leading us in the division. They want Anthony DeSclafani, who's not having a great year, 4.95 ERA. Just hasn't been getting the job done. He's a free agent after the year. We're not going to bring him back. So might as well get something for him. They're offering us Matt Vierling, who's a good contact hitter. He's having a solid season, 14 home runs, 46 RBIs, 256 average. Easy trade to accept. We're going to get rid of Kristen Vasquez and his contract. He's not been playing well, even though he's only played 21 games. The contract's not worth what he's producing. We're going to get Alejandro Ozuna from the Rangers. 21 years old, ain't going to do much for us in this franchise, but just to get off Kristen Vasquez's contract, we're going to accept this. We're at the trade deadline. We're 9 games under 500, not what we expected. The Tigers are running away with the division, only team over 500. It's just not been a good season. Let's see why we've been struggling so much. So let's take a look at the pitching. Pablo Lopez has been fantastic, 9-6, 3.23 ERA. Joe Ryan's been good, not great, but not bad either. 3.92 ERA, 7-9 record, 126 strikeouts. It's good to see. Bailey Ober having a solid year as well, 5-8 record, 3.04 ERA or 05 ERA, excuse me. Josh Winder, we ended up moving to the rotation. 4-10 record, but 3.90 ERA looks pretty damn good. And then Chris Paddock's having it. So our rotation's been pretty good. Nobody really with a high ERA, nobody with the ERA over 4. That's what you want to see. So our rotation has definitely been a strong suit. We ended up calling up Jordan Balazovic, hasn't pitched yet. Brock Stewart's been really good for us so far, 2.25 ERA. Justin Topa's been great. Caleb's been good, 2.60 ERA. Josh DeMont's been good, 3.31 ERA. George Akawa got called up recently as well as some of the moves we made. Griffin Jacks has been great, 3.12 ERA. And then Duran has been great as a closer. So our pitching, for the most part, has been spectacular. I mean, there's not even an ERA over 4 on this whole pitching staff. So maybe it's the lineup that's really just been hurting us. Willie Castro's not been great. Hasn't played a lot, but 3 home runs only. 215 average, not slugging, not showing a lot of power, which he's never been a power guy anyways, but just not really hitting the ball. Julian's having a solid year, 16 home runs, 48 RBIs, building off of last season. Royce Lewis has been good. 16 home runs, 60 RBIs, 260 average. Ryan Jeffers showing some pop as well, 17 home runs, 49 RBIs. Max Kepler in his walk year, 10 home runs, not much power from Max, but he's hitting 306, so that's great to see. Trevor Larnach's not doing too much in the DH spot. Matt Wallner's not done much either, so those two guys definitely are contributing. Jose Miranda's not doing much either. And then Byron Buxton's having a solid year, which we need to move Byron Buxton up in the lineup a little bit since he's playing better than these guys. Maybe just put him in the leadoff spot and move Castro down. Jefferson Cuero hasn't played. Tony Kemp only played 1 game so far. Matt Vierling has been good. I think we maybe need to move him into the left field spot since he's playing better. And then when you look at, I think that's everybody unless Carlos Santana. So he's not having a great year. So we definitely got to upgrade this lineup in the offseason. I think Shortstops definitely we got to look at. Left field, DH, first base. Like we got some positions we definitely got to upgrade for the most part. Like we take a look at the trading block. A lot of these guys I've had a lot in franchise. Like I really don't want to get Matt McClain. I've had him in a lot of franchises. Patrick Wisdom could be an interesting guy to get. Could put him at first base. Adds more power to our lineup. Is he? We'd have him for the rest of the franchise. He would be 35 by the end of it, but I think he would still put up good numbers. So let's see what the Cubbies want for Patrick Wisdom here. Let's see, Caleb Diver. I'll throw him in the deal. Maybe the Cubs want a reliever. He's a free agent to be. Let's see. What do we have a good amount of? We have a good amount of outfielders. Manuel Margot. Maybe get off his contract and we give him like a solid prospect to take some of them guys. Like we give them Brian Ozuna, 18-year-old shortstop who has potential. I think this is a solid trade for both sides. I mean, the Cubs get a reliever, they get an outfielder, kind of eating the money to, get the prospect. And they get a young shortstop for Patrick Wisdom, who's having a really good year. I know we're in sell mode, but we also need to buy, so we don't have to spend so much money in free agency. So we're going to make this deal and get Patrick Wisdom to play first base. So I think that'd be the one move I make. Not really sure we have any other guys who are going to be hitting free agency left. Santana, obviously, but realistically, what are we going to get for him? Kyle Farmer still signed for another year. Outfield, Buxton. I mean, we could trade Buxton, but I'll keep him for now. So let's move Patrick. I almost said Patrick Williams. I don't know why I always say Patrick Williams. So we move Patrick Wisdom to first base, and he's same overall. So I think he'll be a solid first baseman for us. So we're gonna go ahead and send him the rest of the season. Maybe we make a little run. Let's see where we're at in the wild card standings. We're 7.5 back, so not really expecting us to make a run in the playoffs. Maybe we just see who makes an impact in the second half, and we really just try to build on that and get a run going the second season. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So we did get offered a trade right as we send the trade deadline. We're going to accept this. Spencer Turnbull, who's solid reliever, having a really solid year. Even though our bullpen's been very good, it's going to be tough to send someone down. Helps our bullpen, and we give up Carl Santana, who didn't really think we'd get much for. So it's a great trade. The season's over. We ended up having a better second half, which is good. We ended up finishing 78 and 84, definitely better than what we were looking like. We had a league leader. Pablo Lopez led the league in shutouts, so that's good to see. So let's say everybody did before we get on with the second season. Byron Buxton, solid year, 22 home runs, 65 RBI, stayed healthy, which is good for him, 133 games played. So hopefully he builds off that next season. Julian had a really good year, 22 home runs, 69 RBIs. Hopefully he's a big bat for us next year. Royce Lewis had a great year, 26 home runs, 83 ribbies. Ryan Jeffers had 20 home runs as well, so we got some power showing the lineup. 23 home runs, 66 RBIs for a catcher is awesome. Patrick Wisdom finished with 34 home runs, so hopefully he builds off that next year and keeps us, in contention, or gets us back in contention. I should say we weren't even in contention this year. Max Kepler didn't play bad, but I feel like we can get a better option in right field in free agency. We'll have to see what's out there. Trevor Larnach ended up giving us a little bit of pop in that DH spot, not nothing special. Matt Vierling ended up hitting 18 home runs, so he's definitely going to be a big part of our bench or utility as well. Willie Castro didn't really provide much offensively. Jefferson Cuero didn't play too much, only 5 games. Jose Miranda didn't do too much off the bench. Emmanuel Rodriguez didn't do much, and Matt Wallner had an okay season. So offensively, we definitely got some work to do. Pablo Lopez had an awesome year, 15 and 10, 3.17 ERA. Joe Ryan with a solid season as well, 11 and 14. 3.63 earned run average. Bailey Ober was awesome, 8 and 11, 2.86 ERA. And we look at Josh Winder. His ERA went up a little bit in the second half, but still a solid season for a 4-starter. Probably more of a long relief pitcher. Maybe we need to look to get another starter in free agency. And then Chris Paddock gave us a solid year as well, so our rotation got the job done. I mean, our rotation was not a concern at all. Only one guy with the ERA over 4. Jordan Balazovic didn't do great, 3 and 4, ERA over 5. Brock Stewart had a good year out of the pen. Justin Topa was good out of the pen as well, 2.76 ERA. Josh DeMott. I mean, these pitchers on this Twins team have been getting the job done. If we get some offense to pair with some of this pitching, I think we can make a real run. Spencer Turnbull we got in that trade for Carlos Santana was great, 5-2, 3.21 ERA. Then Griffin Jackson, ERA a little higher than what it was, but still a solid year for him. And then Giovanni Morgan didn't have a great year, ERA of 5.06. And then Duran ended up finishing with 39 saves, only had 4 blown saves and a 1.82 ERA. So I think it's safe to say we need some offense because our pitching was spectacular. So let's see who wins the World Series here. The Dodgers defeat the Red Sox. So we got some work to do. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. I'll show you guys the moves we made, and we'll get on with the second season. So about to get the second season underway. We made some moves. John Means is our fourth starter now. He signed to a 1-year deal, $6.5 million for 1 year. Didn't really think it was too bad of a deal, especially off the season he's having. 3.59 ERA last year. I think he's going to fit in just fine. Paddock, Ober, Ryan, Lopez, and Means is a really good starting 5 in my opinion. And we got the relief corps still the same. Thought the relief corps got it done, especially with the rotation. I think our pitching will be just fine. We also got Giovanni Moran, who we all hopefully can see have a better year. Catcher, first base, second base, third, still all the same. I think all 4 of these guys are going to have a great year offensively. We signed Willie Adames, 5-year deal, $10.3 million per year. Coming off a really solid year, 27 home runs, 82 RBIs. He's making way less than Correa, and he's younger than Correa, and he's going to be a better overall player in this franchise than Correa would be. So really thought that was a good move. Joe Adell we ended up trading for to play left field. Only 26 years of age, got some pop. This lineup really can mash, hopefully, with the overalls we got. Center field, we still got Buxton. And we ended up signing Jurickson Profar to play right field. 1 year, $6.5 million deal. We didn't spend a ton of money in free agency, but we definitely had more money to spend than what we would have with some of the money we got rid of. Coming off a 21 home run year, hit 326 last year. I mean, I think that's going to be a really good fit for this lineup. So you look at this lineup could definitely rake, and I hope it gets us a playoff run. So let's get the second season underway. Hopefully we get to a playoff. At our second trade deadline, we're sitting at 62-49. Despite all the injuries we've had Julian miss a good chunk of the season, like 2 months. He's finally back. Hopefully he gets the bat going. And then we've had Matt Vierling break his collarbone. He was having a good season power-wise, missing him 1 and 2 months. And then Byron Buxton dislocated his ankle at like the first week or 2 of the season. He's out pretty much. Maybe if we make the playoffs, he'll make it. But even then, it's going to be tough. So injuries have riddled us, but we're in first place. Let's see how everybody's been doing. Pablo Lopez, another solid year. He already up a little bit, but still a solid year. 7-8 record. Joe Ryan not having a great year. 6-9 ERA, close to 5. Hopefully he gets a better second half. Bailey Ober's having another solid year. 14-7, 3.20 ERA. John Means has been a great pickup. 10-6, 2.54 earned run average for John. And then Chris Paddock, for a fifth starter, not bad, but definitely expected better. But our rotation besides Joe Ryan's been pretty solid for the most part. Josh Winder's been solid out of the pen, 3.49 ERA. Spencer Turnbull, ERA looks great. Hopefully we are able to re-sign him in free agency. Justin Topa's not been great, ERA of 8 in 12 innings. Josh DeMont's not been good, ERA of 12 in 3 innings. Brock Stewart's been having a down year, 5.10 ERA after a great year last year. Giovanni Moran has been good, definitely a lot better than last year. And then Duran, how about him, an ERA of 4? So a lot of the bullpen really have uncharacteristic years after last year. And we ended up moving Griffin Jackson to close the role, and he's been getting the job done, 26 out of 30 in save opportunities, ERA under 3. So is there any, actually let me take a look at the lineup too while we're at it. Willie Castro, free agent to be. Not really too much to go ride home about, but, you know, he's been doing his job as a utility guy. Julian, like we talked about, has been hurt. Jurickson Profar is having a solid year, 15 home runs, 41 RBIs. Not a bad year at all for him. Royce Lewis has been on a roll, 25 home runs at the trade deadline, 74 runs batted. He's definitely going to have probably a 35 home run campaign. Ryan Jeffers, a 20 home run campaign already, so him and Royce Lewis both going to have career years. Willie Adames, not a bad year, 16 home runs, hitting 260. Matt Wallner, not too bad. Patrick Wisdom having a really down year power-wise, only 13 home runs in 93 games, not what you want to see. Joe Adell's having a solid year, Going to be a career year for him as well. So the lineup for the most part, besides Wisdom and Castro, has been pretty good. Jefferson Cuero hasn't done too much off the bench. Jose Miranda's providing good numbers. Emmanuel Valdez, we signed in free agency. He was only 26, been solid for us. And Emmanuel Rodriguez hasn't done too much. So you look at this team, it's really just the bullpen. Is there anybody out there we could go get for the bullpen? I'll have to take a look. Maybe somebody who's not overly pricey. Let me see if there's any teams with a good, mix of bullpen arms who we could try to trade for. The Athletics have Austin Adams. We've had him a lot in franchise. They have a rookie, Cade Smith, who is pitching good in AAA. Maybe we take a flyer on him and trade one of our bullpen. Maybe we throw in Josh Stamont, who's a free agent to be, and we give them Will Holland, 26 years old. I mean, Cade Smith's it's not like he's a top prospect. I feel like that's a fair deal. So we're gonna get Caleb Smith to add to our bullpen. I think that's a fair trade. Maybe he plays well, maybe he don't, but it's definitely gonna be better than what Stamont was doing. And anything else we could do? Let me see. Like Brent Rooker would be a really good addition to this team, but we did get Jurickson Profar. He is having a really good year. Not really seeing anybody else that really changes our fortunes too much. I've gotten Sam Hedges a lot in franchise mode. Colson Montgomery is an interesting guy, but we do got Willie Adames. I don't really see the need. I think that's going to be the one move I make, just to maybe upgrade our bullpen a little bit. I mean, I think our team's playing well for the most part. I think once we get some of our lineup back healthy as well, if we get Buxton back and hopefully we get Matt Vierling back, I think we'll be good. I think this rotation is going to get us through to the playoffs, no doubt. I mean, our rotation's been good for the most part. So I'm going to send the end of the season. Hopefully I see you guys in the playoffs. The season in the books. We end up making the playoffs. 90-win season, 72 losses. We end up finishing 5 games up on the Guardians in the American League Central. So let's say everybody did. Pablo Lopez ended up finishing another solid year, 10-12 record, 3.24 ERA. Joe Ryan just didn't have a good year. Hopefully he has a good playoff stretch for us. Bailey Ober was awesome again. He's really taken over Joe Ryan's spot, the second best starter in this rotation by a mile right now. John Means was great, 14-8. Hopefully we try to re-sign him, 2.85 ERA. And then Chris Paddock gave a solid year for a fifth starter. Spencer Turnbull, don't know how his overall is dropping when he went 9-2 with the ERA under 3, but whatever. Jordan Balazovic gave us a solid year. Justin Topa was not good. Jorge Ocala didn't pitch but got called up. Brock Stewart had a down year as well. Giovanni Moran, good year. Way to bounce back for him. Griffin Jacks ended up having a bad second half. I mean, that's not good. And Duran ended up bouncing back in the second half a little bit, so finished with an ERA of 3. The bullpen's a little worrisome, but I think we'll still be good. Willie Castro had a solid year. A little bit more power than usual, 11 home runs. Julian, just a down year, was hurt. Just never really got going after that. Jurickson Profar had another good year, 24 home runs, 68 RBIs. Royce Lewis with 42 home runs, 118 RBIs. What a big bat he's been for us. Ryan Jeffers with 25 home runs. Willie Adames ended up finishing with 26 home runs, 75 runs driven in. Patrick Wisdom ended up turning a little bit around in the second half. Still a down year, but still ended up hitting 21 home runs. Joe Adell with 30 home runs. His potential drops when he hits 30 home runs. Make it make sense. Great year for Joe Adell. Look at the bench. Jefferson Cuero didn't do much. Jose Miranda gave us 12 home runs off the bench. Brooks Lee, our rookie, ended up playing good in limited role. And then Matt Wallner gave us 17 home runs. So good to see. We're facing the Rays in the wild card round here. Let's see if we can get us a run. Maybe we make a World Series with this team. We got 2 more seasons to do it. Let's do it. So we got Pablo Lopez on the mound. This lineup looks good to me. Actually, we need to move Willie Adames up. Okay, this lineup is kind of actually messed up. So we need to move Adames up, Jeffers up, Odell up. Maybe I'll leave Julian as a lefty back. We do have a lot of right-handers. So here we go. Pablo Lopez looking to get us a Game 1 win against the Rays, who have Ozzy Albies now. That's Ivan Herrera as well. So 2 shutout innings so far. There's a solo shot by Ryan Jeffers, gets us on the board. They got Mason Wynn too on the Rays. Wow, and then there's a 3-run bomb by JD Martinez, and it's 3-1. Hopefully we get some offense going and get back in this game. Shane McClanahan in a little bit of a trouble. We tie the game up thanks to Joe Odell, and then Patrick Wisdom gets us the lead. There's an error, pop up, caught stealing, double, and a strikeout. So 5 solid innings for Pablo Lopez. Maybe one more inning. Okay, he's getting up 2 singles in a row. So we're going to bring in Spencer Turnbull, ground out, and he gives up a 2-out double to Mason Wynn, and they get the lead. So we're down 1. We're going to the pen. We got switch hitter Albies and 2 righties. We're going to bring in Jose Alcala, walk. We end up having an injury as well. He gets out of the inning. Looks like it was our DH, maybe, who got injured. Luke Weaver in the pitch. Shuts us down. We're going to bring in Moran here. Gives up a single, strikeout, single, pop up, and a fly out. So bottom of the 8th, down 1. They bring in Colin Pache. Strikeout, single. Adames ties the game up with the sac fly. Way to do the job there. We're going to bring in Jordan Balazovic. Solo shot by Ozzy Albies. Gets them the lead in the 9th. They bring in Kevin Kelly to shut us down. Joe Adell flies out. Wisdom strikes out. And we're going to go to a pitch hitter, Matt Warner, and he flies out. So we lose a close game 1, 6-5. So we got to win game 2 at home. I'm going to put Bailey Ober on the mound. I feel like he pitched. Well, I didn't even feel. I know he pitched better than Joe Ryan. So Bailey Ober gives up a double, error, strikeout, stolen base, and we get out of a very tough first inning. Drew Rasmussen looking to shut us down. There's a leadoff triple by Jose Siri, leads to a run, and the Rays are in business as they get on the board. Bailey Ober having a good game overall, though. 2-run bomb by Julian gets us the lead. So 2-1. Rays get that run right back. Mason Wynn has been smoking us in this series. He has been spectacular. 6 strong innings, though. Maybe one more. Gives up 2 singles. Okay. We're going to bring in Justin Topa, and he gets out with the pop-up. We got to get some offense going here. Maybe one more inning out of Topa. Good job by him. Caleb Ferguson in the pitch. 2 on, 1 out, and we get the go-ahead run thanks to Jurickson Profar. We're going to bring in Duran to shut him down. And he does. So we tie the series 1-1. Now we're in a do-or-die game 3. So let's see if we can end up getting this win here. We're going to put Joe Ryan on the mound. So let's see if we can get this series win. Ryan Pepia on the mound. Rays can't strike in the 2nd. Neither can we. There's a 2-out single. Back-to-back single doesn't lead to nothing. We still have no hit. There's our first hit by Rodriguez. 1, 2, 3, 4th. Both pitchers pitching spectacular so far in this game. Both with 5 shutout innings. Pepiot cruising. 2-run bomb by Julian, though. Joe Ryan gives up a leadoff double and a single, so time to take him out. We're going to bring in Moran here to face 2 lefties. Sack bunt, walk, strikeout. Got a righty. We're going to bring in Alcala, and he gives up a walk, another walk, and a flyout. So the Rays take the lead thanks to 2 2-out walks. Leadoff single by Royce Lewis. Luke Weaver in the pitch. Can't get nobody home. We're going to bring in Spencer Turnbull here. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 8th, Joe Adell against Pete Fairbanks. Ground out. Rodriguez. Solo game-tying shot by Rodriguez. And we tie the game. Maybe one more inning. Okay, he's in a little bit of a trouble here. We're going to bring in Griffin Jacks, walk, and a grand slam by Ozzy Albies. And that might have just ended our season. That is tough. Danielson Lamet in the pitch. And it is not looking good. And we are eliminated by the Rays. Grand slam by Albies just took the life out of the building in Minnesota. Braves win the World Series. That's tough. That's a tough loss. Grand slam to get in the lead. It's tough to recover from that. At least we made the wild card. Now get on with this 3rd and final season. Going to make some moves in the offseason. Might not make a ton of moves because our team played pretty well. Might upgrade the bullpen a little bit. But other than that, I think our team's still set where we're at. So I'm going to make some moves, see what we can do, and I'll see you guys in the 3rd and final season. Final season underway. We made a few moves. We ended up signing Michael King to a 3-year deal, 12.3 million per year. Call off a solid year. We ended up letting John Means walk. He wanted a lot of money. Felt like we could get somebody just a little bit better for that price, which was Michael King. We ended up re-signing Chris Paddock, 2-year deal, 11.5 per year. So those two at the back in our rotation is a pretty good rotation. We ended up trading Byron Buxton to open up some money. We ended up getting Sam Hedges in the deal, not like a big deal, but he definitely had a good year last year with the Guardians. Not expensive, definitely going to help out our pen. And then we signed Lamonte Wade Jr. to be our platoon guy with Patrick Wisdom. We feel like Patrick Wisdom, more of a DH platoon guy. And then Lamonte Wade Jr., really good against righties contact wise, coming off a 332 average year. So I think he's going to be a big part of our bench / platoon. Second base, third base, and short, all the same. We ended up signing Willie Castro to a 1-year extension, $7 million. Joe Odell still in left. Right field, we're going to give Walker Jenkins an opportunity. And then in center field, we have Tommy Edman, who's not been hitting a lot, but stays healthy for the most part. Maybe he plays a little bit better here, surrounded by bigger bats. Maybe that helps. He's a Gold Glover, could play everywhere. I figured that would be a good deal. Only 8.3 million per year for 2 years. So I think this offense can still be very good. Even though we lost a few guys, I think we still got a very good offense. Our pitching got a little bit upgraded, so I think we're good to go to try to make a run. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. We are at the trade deadline, our final one. 60-50 is our record. 3 games up on the White Sox, 3.5 games up on the Guardians. We ended up making a trade. We ended up getting Jeremy Pena from the Colorado Rockies. We ended up trading Jeffers. So I felt like Cuero could take that opportunity at catcher. We traded Julian, and we also traded a prospect. So we're going to move Pena over to second base. Didn't really drop his overall too much. So we added a big bat to our lineup. But we're sitting in a good spot. Let's see how the lineup's been doing. We still got to fix our lineup. Let me go ahead and put Pena in there, move him up a little bit in the lineup. Willie Adames is on the bench. That's interesting, I guess I could say. That's okay. Anyways, so we look at the lineup. Tommy Edman not having a great year, been decent. Lamonte Wade Jr. has been doing his job. 14 home runs, 35 RBIs, hitting high for average again. It's about his on base a little down and average a little down, but still a great year. Royce Lewis about where his numbers were last season at the trade deadline. Willie Adames, another good year for him. 17 home runs, 57 RBIs. He'll probably have another 25 home run campaign. We just got Jeremy Pena. Not really having a great season. Hopefully he gets the power a little bit going for us. And you look at Jose Miranda, how about him? 21 home runs, not what you would expect out of him. So that's been a big bright spot of our lineup. Joe Adell's been a negative of our lineup. Only 5 home runs for Joe Adell after a 30 home run campaign. Walker Jenkins in his first season, impressive. 8 home runs, 40 RBIs, 260 average. And then Jefferson Cuero showed a little bit of pop, 13 home runs, which is why I traded Jeffers. I felt like he was ready. And then Matt Vierling has been I didn't even realize he wasn't even called up to the major leagues. I don't know why he was down in the minor leagues. I don't know what that was about. I guess he had too many outfielders. Jared Camargo, our backup catcher, hasn't done too much. Willie Castro's been decent, and then Patrick Wisdom hasn't really hit for much power. So we take a look at the pitching. Joe Ryan, good bounce back year for him. 8.9, 3.01 ERA. Bailey Ober, 3.35 ERA. Pablo Lopez, 3.16. So a lot of great ERAs for the starting rotation. Not a great ERA for Michael King, though. 5.58, not what we really hoped when we signed him. Chris Paddock with the lowest ERA in the rotation, 12-4, 2.70 ERA. So really, besides Michael King, our rotation's been getting the job done like I hoped. Jordan Balazovic's been solid out of the pen. Giovanni Moran, solid year. Topa's bounced back nicely, 3.60 ERA. Spencer Turnbull, another solid year for him. Cole Sands has been a bright spot. Didn't really expect him to make an impact like this, but 54 innings and an ERA of 2 is spectacular. Sam Hedges has been worth the Brian Buxton's trade, 3.24 earned run average. Griffin Jacks has been another bounce back candidate, 2.38 earned run average. And then Duran, 2.77 ERA and 34 out of 38 in save opportunities. So we look at our team. We made some deals. We got rid of Jeffers. We got rid of Buxton. We got rid of Julian. We made some moves. Will they pay off? We'll have to see. But I'm ready to find out. And, that trade's probably going to be the one deal I make. I know I haven't made a ton of trades with this Twins team at the trade deadline. I just feel like usually the last 2 seasons we've been in contention and everybody's been playing well for the most part. Like maybe left field we look at since Joe Odell's not been great, but like we already went out and got Pena. So it's like, do we go out and get somebody else like Jake Fraley? Kind of just hoping Joe Odell bounces back. He had a 30 home run campaign last year. Maybe he just needed a break at the All-Star break and he gets going, and we'll see what happens. So I will see you guys at the playoffs, hopefully. Where we had some league leaders. Duran led the league in saves with 50, and then Jeremy Pena led the league in doubles. So some bright spots for us. We end up finishing tied for first. We end up getting in as a wild card. I think we're facing the Rays again, which is actually, yeah, we're facing the Rays again, which is kind of funny. 88 wins, so 2 wins less than last year, but still a great year. So let's say everybody finished. Tommy Evans didn't give us much offensively. Didn't really expect him to, though. Just more gold glove defense. Jeremy Pena had a solid second half, 17 home runs, 68 RBIs. Lamonte Wade Jr. was a great, great addition, 23 home runs, 295 average. Royce Lewis, another 30-plus home run campaign, 36 home runs. Willie Adames has been Mr. Reliable, pretty identical numbers to last year. Willie Castro, not sure why he's hitting so high in the lineup. Jose Miranda with 30 home runs. What a breakout season for Jose. Hopefully he gets us, some more offense in the playoffs. Willie Castro, okay season. And then Patrick Wisdom, who's playing right field, which is interesting. 15 home runs. And then Jefferson Cuero with 18 home runs. Really, you could call him a rookie because he hasn't really played too much. His first full season. 18 home runs. Manuel Rodriguez didn't do much. Camargo didn't do much. Joe Odell just had an awful season. And then Walker Jenkins, really not a great rookie campaign, but, I'm not mad at it. He didn't play bad at all. Pitching rotation, Joe Ryan gave us a spectacular season, 12-10, 2.59 ERA. Bailey Ober with another good year, 14-11 record, 3.36 ERA. Pablo Lopez, another, his ERA is up, but it's still great campaign. Michael King just couldn't get it together in a Twins uniform. Maybe he gives us better starts in the postseason. And then Chris Paddock, glad we re-signed him because he was great, 3.20 ERA. Jordan Balazovic, about a medium. I would give him a medium grade. I mean, he wasn't bad for a long relief pitcher. Giovanni Moran, another ERA under 4 type season. Justin Topa bounced back nicely. Spencer Turnbull, another great year for him. Cole Sands gave us an excellent year out of the pen. Sam Hedges, who we got in the Buxton deal, worked out tremendously. Griffin Jacks, another great year for him. And then Duran with a 50-save season. So they got the job done. Will we beat the Minnesota Twins, or beat the Minnesota Twins? We are the Minnesota Twins. Will we get a win against the Rays this time around? Let's see. Shane McClanahan on the mound, looking to take us out of the postseason and back-to-back seasons. Solo shot by Ozzie Albies, who killed us last year with that grand slam, so he gets going again. 1-0 Rays so far. Let's see if our offense can, get this game tied at least. Not looking good so far. Both pitchers pitching well, though, for the most part. Just that solo shot, and Bailey Ober's been good. Other than that, Shane McClanahan has owned us all day. 7 solid innings for Bailey Ober. He's still going in the 8th inning. Hit by pitch. Luke Weaver in the pitch, and we tie the game up thanks to Patrick Wisdom, and we take the lead thanks to Willie Castro. We score another run, and it's 3-1 as the Rays melt here in the 9th inning, and we take a win and a comeback from behind style. So I'll save some time. I'm going to sim game 2, 3, do-or-die game again against the Rays. Ryan Pepiot on the mound. Let's see if we can advance in these playoffs. Joe Ryan looking to get us there. Hopefully our offense gets it going. We don't score in the 2nd. That's going to hurt. Still no runs. We've had some hits. Just haven't been able to get anybody home so far. 2 on, 2 out. Can't get nobody home again. So our runners in scoring position average in this series. There's a solo shot by Pena. Back-to-back home runs by him and Wade as we take a 2-0 lead here in a do-or-die game. There's another run thanks to Willie Castro. And Joe Ryan is rolling. Jackson Joby on the mound. 3-run bomb by Willie Adames. Another shot by Jose Miranda. And it is 7-0 Twins. Joe Ryan, what a job he did in this. 7 strong innings. Still going right now. 8 strong innings. 7. Now we're going to try to give him a complete game, and he does. So Joe Ryan shuts down the Rays, and we advance to face the Houston Astros. So this ought to be a very interesting series here. So Ober and Ryan still fatigued, so we're going to go Pablo Lopez here. Little nervous. Let's see. Houston Astros, Luis Garcia on the mound here in Houston. Astros getting some early hits off of Pablo Lopez. It doesn't lead to nothing. There's a double by Castro. Can't get him home. Single, error, and a run scores thanks to Royce Lewis. Willie Adames drives in another run, so it's 2-0. There's a double right there. Astros struggling offensively so far to get some runs in. What a job by Pablo Lopez. He is settled in after that first inning. 6 strong innings. Bases loaded. It's time to take him out. We're going to put in Spencer Turnbull and gets out of it with the ground ball. Penn Murphy in the pitch for the Astros. Maybe one more inning out of Turnbull. There's a solo shot by Avalos, so we're going to take him out, bring in Sam Hedges here. Gets out of it. 8th inning, Ian Gabat in the pitch in a 1-run game, so we got to bring in Griffin Jacks. Ground out, fly out, strikeout. Scott Barlow in the pitch. Maybe we can get some, run support. There's a run. There's another run. AJ Minter gives up another run. It's 5-1, so we're not going to waste Duran. We're going to bring in Cole Sands. Gives up a run, an error, and a ground out. So he gets out of a jam, and we take game 1. Let's sim game 2. We lose that one 4-1. So let's see. We're at home. Both our good pitchers are healthy for this. I'm going to go Joe Ryan. He was spectacular against the Rays. A little bit of a jam here, though. Gets a runner thrown out at home. Double, doesn't get home. Joe Ryan continues to pitch well so far. We got to get some offense going. There's a solo shot by Tommy Edman showing some power right there. There's the tying, or not tying, but that's us scoring 2-0, 3-0, as we are rolling here at home. There's a run for the Astros, another run for the Astros, so it's 3-2. We hit into a double play, maybe one. Okay, there's a leadoff double, so I'm not going to test my luck here with Joe Ryan. We're going to bring in Moran here, try to keep the game tied, and the Astros tie the game up 3-3. Kikuchi still in the pitch, so we're going to go to our pen again. We're going to bring in Balazovic here to give us a few innings, hopefully. Double play. Penn Murphy in the pitch. What a job by Balazovic. Okay, he's in a little bit of a jam here. I was going to try to test my luck. We're going to bring in Griffin Jacks. Pinch runner, pop-up, strikeout. What a job by Griffin Jacks. Ian Gabat in the pitch. Strikeout. Solo walk-off shot by Jose Miranda. And we take game 3. We lose game 4, so we're going to a do-or-die game here. Let's see who we put on the mound. Paddock, Lopez, or King? I'm going to go Pablo. He was very good. Christian Javier on the mound. We score our early run thanks to Jeremy Pena against his old team. Let's see if we can keep that lead here. Another run scores thanks to our young catcher Cuero here. And now we get 2 more runs. Another run. 5-0. So we are on a roll. Marcus Stroman pitching out of the pen. There's a run by the Astros. Another run. 2-run bomb. And they knock Pablo Lopez out of the game. That is insane. Balazovic, though, him and Marcus Stroman, 2-run bomb by Royce Lewis. 2-run bomb by Miranda, who's been incredible. Solo shot by Willie Castro. And fans are shocked. Wow. So 2 more runs score. It's 12-4, 13-4. And we are rolling here. We're going to bring in Moran. Has a solid inning. Going to go ahead and sim our offensive innings since we're doing well so far. We're going to see if he can give us a few innings just to keep our bullpen fresh. 14-1. We're going to bring in Cole Sands here to shut the door, hopefully. And we advance the next round to take on our division rival, the Chicago White Sox. So it should be a very interesting series. Winner goes the World Series. We're going to put Joe Ryan on the mound here against Garrett Crochet. We get an early run. So that's definitely going to pay dividends. Crochet. There's a solo shot by Danny Jansen. White Sox got quite the lineup though. Bo Bichette, Vladdy, Luis Robert, Danny Jansen. You might as well call them the Chicago Blue Jays with some of the hitters they got. They got a 3-1 lead though off of Joe Ryan. It's going to be a tough team to beat. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's going to be tough. So there's a leadoff double. Another run scores. So Joe Ryan gives us 4 okay innings. Tommy Edman hits a solo shot. Maybe one more inning out of Joe. Okay, we get 5 okay innings out of our, you could argue, our ace. So we're going to go to our pen. Going to bring in Spencer Turnbull in here. Crochet gets taken out for Jordan Leisure. Back-to-back singles. We tie the game up thanks to Joe Odell. We take a lead thanks to Tommy Edman. Another run scores, and the White Sox unravel here in the top of the 7th. So we're going to go to Sam Hedges. A little bit of a jam, but gets out of it. Jared Kelly in the pitch. Gets out of it, so we're going to bring in Griffin Jack. Solo shot by Vladdy. Gets a double, playing a ground out, though, and gets out of it. So we're going to go to our closer now, Duran, to close the door. Gives up a solo shot to Fletcher, but we end up surviving, and we win the game. We win the second game. We win the third game. Can we win and we advance to the World Series? Unbelievable. Can we end this franchise with the World Series? We're about to find out. We're facing the Atlanta Braves. So we're going to put Bailey Ober on the mounds. Spencer Strider looking to get the Braves another World Series. And it's going to be another tough team to beat. We beat the White Sox in very convincing fashion. Solo shot by Sean Murphy, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. There's an error. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. It does not. Bailey Ober pitching well, though, besides that solo shot. Spencer Strider dominating us so far. Back-to-back singles, bases loaded, pop up, and a fly out. What a job by Bailey Ober. Error, walk, ground out, walk, and a fielder's choice. Leadoff walk. We're going to go to the pen. Justin Topa in the pitch, gets a double, playing a ground out. Spencer Strider still in the game. What a job by Justin Topa, though. Spencer Strider might pitch a complete game against us in this. I mean, he has been spectacular. We bring in Sam Hedges, back-to-back walks. Not looking good for him. We're going to bring in Balazovic, and he shuts down the Braves. So we're at the top of the 9th. Jose Miranda against Spencer Strider. Strikeout. Willie Castro walks. Do we bring in a pinch hitter here? We're going to bring in Jenkins, the rookie. Fielder's choice, and Jackson Cuero. Man, I think I botched his name for a sec because I was actually, Jefferson Cuero. I don't know why I call him Jackson Cuero. So the Braves shut us down in Game 1. Got to bounce back here in Game 2 in Atlanta. There ain't no doubt about it. So we're going to put in Joe Ryan against Renato Lopez here. Nothing going in the first inning. There's a leadoff double by Willie Adames. Get him home thanks to Patrick Wisdom. We score another run. We get a runner thrown out. So 2-0 after 2. Chris Sale now in the game. Looks like they had an injury. There's a run scoring thanks to Jose Miranda. 2 runs scored thanks to Michael Harris, so it's a 1-run game. Joe Ryan trying to keep, and he gives up a 2-run bomb to Matt Olson. Another run scored, so it's 5-3. They bring in Yanoa here. Back-to-back singles, bases loaded, nobody out. Error gets 1 run home, another run, 2 errors, a walk. Dylan Lee in the pitch. We score 4 runs in the 5th. So we end up keeping a 7-5 game. Joe Ryan gave us a solid performance. We're going to bring in Giovanni Moran here. Walk, strikeout, double play. What a job that inning. Joe Jimenez in the pitch. Going to go to the pen again. We're going to bring in Cole Sands here. And he gets out of it. Pierce Johnson in the pitch. Back-to-back singles. We score a run thanks to Edman. Jason Adams gets a double play. Clutch double play right there. Griffin Jacks, bottom of the 8th. 1-2-3 inning. Jason Adams shuts us down. So we bring in Duran to get this series tied. Error, fielder's choice, and he shuts down the Braves in the ninth. So we tie the series up at 1 apiece going into Game 3 in Minnesota. So we're gonna put Paddock on the mound. We're gonna try something different. Let's see if he gives us a good game. Leadoff double, doesn't get home. Max Fried on the mounds. We end up scoring an early run thanks to Patrick Wisdom. He's been great in these playoffs. 3-run bomb by Sean Murphy, though, and they take a lead. We got to get some more offense going. Chris Paddock's not been great so far. Another run, 2-run score, and they take Chris Paddock out the game. 2-run bomb by Michael Harris. Yikes, 10-1. Not looking good so far for us. I'll go ahead and send our offensive inning, save us a little bit of time. Hopefully we can get back in the game. It's not looking good though. This is embarrassing. 10-2. Solo shot by Sean Murphy. What a series he's had here against us. Ignore my voice crack right there. Spencer Turnbull, look to give us something. Man, this has been a butt spanking right here. Not what we wanted. Sam Hedges looking to just get us through this game, and we lose 14-3 in Game 3. So we have to win Game 4, especially after a blowout win like that by the Braves. They're probably playing with a lot of confidence. We're going to bring in Pablo here to pitch Game 4. Let's see if he can give us a good game, good first inning. Jesus Luzardo on the mound. Solo shot by Marcell Ozuna, and it's 1-0 Atlanta early on. So the Braves looking to get their offense going again. Leadoff double by Acuna. They can't get him home. Our offense is being completely shut down by Luzardo here. Braves get a runner thrown out. Solo shot by Patrick Wisdom, though, ties the game up. There's a double, a ground out, and a strikeout. So 6 strong innings from Pablo Lopez here. Single, double play, a ground out. So 7 strong innings. Luzardo still in the game for the Braves. We end up striking out and not getting a sac fly. That is tough. So we're going to bring in Cole Sands, pop up, double, caught stealing, fly out, bottom of the 8th. Pierce Johnson in the pitch. Solo shot by Joe Adell gets us the lead. And we are now in the 9th inning. Can Duran shut him down? Pop up, single, and a double play. And we tie the series up at 2 as we are now at home for final home game of this World Series. Can we take the series 3-2 going to Atlanta? Michael King or Bailey over? I'm going to go Bailey over here. Not a good start, though. Austin Riley, 3-run bomb, 3-0 Braves. Chris Sale on the mound for them. And they look like they're seeing the ball well off of Bailey over right now. Can we get some offense of our own? Solo shot by Matt Olson. It's 4-0. We end up getting a run back thanks to Pena. Another run back thanks to Wisdom, who's been great. So it looks like it's time to take Bailey over out. He has not been good. Justin Topa in the pitch gets a double play. Single, pop up, solo shot by Jared Kelenic. 3-run bomb by Matt Olson. And the Braves said, you know what, we're not letting you take this series lead. Orlando Arcia, Luis Rendifo, we are getting smoked. Oh my goodness, our bullpen is going to be burnt in this series. 8 runs for the Braves. We end up getting a few runs back, or 1 run back. Man, the Braves are not messing around. They have smoked us in back-to-back games at home. 12-4. Sam Hedges keeping our bullpen kind of fresh as we're looking to just get through this game here. And the Braves take Game 5, 12-5. And we now have to win back-to-back games on the road to win a World Series. Can we get it done? I don't know. Joe Ryan, we're going to send him in this game. Strider, who smoked us last time. We get 1 run off of him in the first inning. The Braves looking to get that run right back. They do. So it's 1-1. We end up getting a run back thanks to a sac fly. Solo shot, though, by Sean Murphy. What a series for him. It's been incredible. So Strider hasn't been as good as he once was, but he's still keeping this game tied. Joe Ryan keeping us in the game. 1, 2, 3, 5th. Strider in a little bit of a jam here, but we can't get nobody home. How about Joe Ryan against Spencer Strider? Both with 7 strong innings. Joe Jimenez in the pitch. 1, 2, 3 inning. Let's bring in Jordan Balazovic. He's in a little bit of a trouble, gives up the go-ahead run. And we are in our final 3 outs. We got Patrick Wisdom, Cuero, and Edman. Hunter Harvey. Leadoff triple by Patrick Wisdom. An error, a sac fly ties the game up. But that's all we're going to get. So we're going to bring in Duran. We got to use him. Strikeout, pop-up, single, and he gives up a walk-off home run, or walk-off single, and the Braves win the World Series. So we made the World Series, but we just couldn't win. Well, that'd do it for this franchise episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was a long franchise. We had some good success. We made the World Series. We got 5 more teams to go. Make sure to tune in for that. Check out our podcast in the description below. Hopefully, guys, if you guys enjoy wrestling, check that out as well. Peace.